Okay, madam, we can start.
A very pleasant morning to one and all present here. It's my privilege to address you all on behalf of Department of Civil Engineering in association with Wallflower Designs and Engineers LLP. We are truly delighted with each one of your presence, and we all have gathered here to attend the webinar on emerging technologies in civil industry. Now, I would like to invite our respected HOD, Dr. S. Bhagavati Perumal, to address the gathering. Please, sir. Sir.
Hello, Mr. Ashik, sir.
Sir?
You are in the line, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. How is your health, sir, now?
Yeah, fine, sir.
Fine. Very good. Whether all
Sir,
the 3-year students joined, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the total strength? The second year 54%?
Yes, sir. Totally 125 students joined, sir, including staff members.
Now I am testing you. Second year 54, third year 63, final year 49.
Yes, sir.
HOD is correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you add 54 plus 63 plus 49, how much, sir?
166, sir.
Now what is the data shown in the screen?
128, 127, sir. No.
What is the difference?
$39, sir.
39. That is the problem.
That started to increasing, sir.
Oh, right. Late pickup. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Sir, now we can give the welcome address to the guests.
Okay. Guest also joined. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Two guests it seems. Natarajan sir and Ram Kumar sir. Okay.
Adira?
Yes, sir.
அந்த லாஸ்ட் இது மட்டும் மறுபடியும் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுங்க.
Okay, sir. Now, I would like to invite our respected HOD, Dr. S. Bhagavati Perumal, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Thank you, Adira. My most loving students of Civil Engineering Department, respected faculty members of Civil Engineering Department, the most respected CEO and the responsible person of today's webinar organized by Wallflower Designs and Engineers, Mr. Natarajan, the most respected alumni of Sri Sairam Engineering College, and Ram Kumar from Wallflower Designs and Engineers Limited, Coimbatore. And the coordinator of this program, Mr. Devakandan sir. The host of today's program, Mr. Mohammed Ashik sir. And all my good students, good morning to all of you. Nowadays, the engineering Nowadays, the engineering technology is changing in a wider way related to the software technology, especially the civil engineering area like design, estimation, interior designs of buildings, maintenance of buildings, drawings, almost all important areas of civil engineering is converted into software technology. And the expectation of the students studying in the second year, third year, final year are also what kind of new software technologies the college can teach or the teachers can teach, or experts from outside they can come to our college physically or through online. They can give exercise to the students to equip themselves. This kind of expectation is there in the mind of the students. Technology is changing one side, resources are also changing another side, but the students' expectation is also to learn the new technology related concept in civil engineering field. Even in the recent days when I was interacting with some of the alumni students who passed out in the year 2021, 2020 and 2019, all the alumni are putting a request that, sir, the curriculum framed in the syllabus will give only the knowledge. But when we complete the course after 4 years, when we go out of the college, the public, the company, the private sector, the government sector, they are expecting the knowledge related to latest development in the field of civil engineering. That means students should equip themselves with software technologies related to civil engineering area. Then only you can excel in civil engineering field, whether it is construction side, or it is software side, or it is design side, or it is estimation side, or it is a planning and execution side. My good students, today is the day for you. Wallflower technologies, they are highly focusing towards the software technologies related to civil engineering area, especially. So we have made a memorandum of understanding, MOU, with Emerging Technologies Limited. In view of that, Mr. Nadarajan, who graduated from Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, he himself come forward to do something for Sai Ram students studying in civil engineering department. This is the greatest opportunity for every one of us. One alumni is coming forward and teaching, exercising some hands-on trainings to civil engineering student is the very best thing. That's what we are expecting from alumni. My good students, today Mr. Nadarajan and the team is sharing what kind of software technologies they are going to introduce, exercise to the students. You are listening today's presentation. Then the company is talking with the students through the coordinator, Mr. Devagandan sir, and you can join with that company and you can get practice related to the technologies what they are going to introduce today. My good students, this kind of technology, technical knowledge is very, very important, very, very essential for you to face the challenges tomorrow in the field of civil engineering. The reason is the construction companies, software companies, consultancy companies are expecting all such type of software technological knowledges from the civil engineering graduates. Second years, you are so fortunate. Third years and the final years, you are so lucky to have such kind of motivational talk today from emerging technologies by Mr. Natarajan. This occasion, I welcome Mr. Natarajan and Mr. Ramkumar. Please share your expectations, your planning, everything with our students. Our students will extend their cooperations in the coming days to learn a lot from you. Mr. Natarajan, Mr. Ramkumar, once again, I welcome you on behalf of Civil Engineering Department. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. That was a great start. Now, I would like to welcome our speakers, those who are none other than our alumni 2015 passed out batch, Mr. Natarajan, Managing Director, Wallflower Designs and Engineer, Coimbatore, and Mr. Ramkumar, Technical Head, Wallflower Designs and Engineer, Coimbatore. Wallflower Design is a digital automation company that provides software-based digital solutions, products, and training to the manufacturing, engineering, construction infrastructures. They help organizations to transform the way they do their business by helping them to achieve better productivity and increase their profitability through implementation of the cutting-edge digital technology. They train student and corporate professional in professional manner on every software. We are very much happy to have you both here, sir. Now the session is all yours and you may take over the session, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words and introduction, sir. So guys, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, Nataraj.
Okay. So let me just start myself with the session. So Natarajan, I'm in 2015 passed out and I'm the Managing Director of Designs and Engineers. So basically why we are all gathered in this session is like in the past 5 years, we have been studying and we have been seeing a lot of things like estimation, construction regarding things. Either some of them also being visited site to getting knowledge on civil related. But the thing is, none of us has been gathered knowledge on software time. Like after getting into the site, we can able to get the knowledge of what are all going to have and how they are going to build. But before the site, what are the things they have been doing technically means nobody has knowledge on that. Even I do not have the knowledge of that while I'm studying. So the session which I have regularly wanted to conduct because I have to give a clarity regarding the software thing. So basically what we have been doing is we have been giving software training and internship and placements to every college and corporate professionals. So we have been giving as professionalized software training to every colleges, not in terms of tools wise, in terms of technical wise. Like we will be giving a live projects and we have been going to give you a live project and have to work it out on that. So basically this session is going to be a pure technical session. It's not going to be a general motivational session or general, not about the thing what we have been doing. It's about the thing what you are going to get after ending this session. So that is what the session is going. So the next thing is, so while we have been learning software, we can't be able to judge which software is being working on the industrial thing. So everybody has the basic idea as that if I am finishing the degree, able to get into the site engineer, or else I can be able to get into the design engineer. Thing is, on which software, if I learn means I can get into which department and all, nobody has the idea of that. So this session will give a detailed idea about that session. So basically, I don't want to waste much time on that. I'm just taking forward to the session directly. So Mr. Ramkumar, you can take it forward to the session right now. So once the session has been in the process, you can be able to get more ideas about what the session is going to be. And in end of the session, we can have an hands-out session, whereas you can ask any doubts regarding the civil industry or any common doubts you have been asking for. We can able to address that doubts. Yeah. So Ramkumar, could you please take it forward?
Yeah, and thank you, Natasha. So good morning, guys. So this is Ram Kumar. So is my voice is audible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So before starting the session, so I will just briefly explain about how the session is going to went. So this is going to be a collaborative part of a technical one, as well as the general one, as well as the how the industry is all going to be. So obviously, so I will guarantee you this session. So this 1 hour, it's going to be an interesting one as well as a knowledgeable one, and you're going to get advantage of the session. So I will challenge about this webinar. I will openly guarantee about this one. Okay, so first I will just explain about how the session is going to be. What are all the things we are going to see in this 1 hour webinar? Okay, so first half an hour we will see about the introductional part. So introductional part on nothing but so generally how the industries now are been working. So industries என்னென்ன challenges face பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், how the industries are, so what all the changes happened in the industry all over to the design as well as the structural constructional site estimation. So overall thing, whatever the things we need to develop ourselves, so overall things we will be concentrating. It will be a collaborative thing. Introduction won't be a specific part, it will be a collaborative part of the everything. So and the next part, the important part is what are all the softwares available in our industry. So civil industry inradhu, it's one of the major industry apart from any other industries. So civil we have many opportunities to survive. So designsல என்னென்ன softwares available இருக்கு, what are all the softwares available in our industry, how we can able to survive, how the softwares are going to be, either the softwares available it's been easier or not, so whether நம்ம லேர்ன் பண்றது கம்ஃபர்டபுளா இருக்குமா இருக்காதா, the whole things will be concentrating. So finally we will have a small practical session about the software. So how the software is going to be, அதில் எப்படி அவுட்புட் எடுத்துட்டு வர்றது, ஸோ அண்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் என்னென்ன அவுட்புட்ஸ்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு வந்திருக்காங்க. ஸோ this is going to be the 1 hour live session. So it's going to be a combination of a practical one and as well as the general and overall things. So it will be a knowledgeable one. So now we will move on to our session. So I'm just sharing my screen. So is my screen share is visible, guys? So is it comfortable to you people?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So before going to the introductional part, so everyone will be having a thing. So first thing, we should have a clear vision about our future. So normally we people choose in a civil, so most of the people would have an no idea why they have chosen civil. So you people would have chosen civil with some many other reasons. So parents சொல்லிருக்கலாம் or else some other suggestions choose பண்ணிருக்கலாம். Most of the people you may have an interest, and obviously உங்க own interestலையும் choose பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. But on the time, after passing on to further or 2 years college finish பண்ணோன்னா you will be stuck at that point. Okay, so next என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? After completing a 4th year, what we are going to do? So industries ரொம்ப complications, that means many challenging factors இருக்கும். So you will have many things scroll into your mind, how you are going to survive. That's the point. Survival is not a ஒரு toughest partன்றது கிடையாது. Every people, obviously you people are going to survive. So whomever studying, so after the final year, obviously every person will be going to survive. So that's அதுல எந்த ஒரு இதுவுமே கிடையாது. But what is the thing is how you are going to survive. So two things are there. Survival method la two major parts are there. So first common thing is obviously every people will be surviving. Apart when a year moves, every people, we people will be developing ourselves. So what is the two thing is either நமக்கு பிடிச்ச மாதிரி நம்ம survive பண்றோமா, or else whatever we are doing, so we are doing that thing for that survival or not. So these are all the two things. First நமக்கு பிடிச்ச மாதிரி சர்வைவ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா தட்ஸ் சிம்பிள், தட்ஸ் நத்திங் பட் ஸோ எந்த ஒரு ஸோ எனக்கு வாட் எவர் ஷூட்ஸ் டு மீ ஆஃப்டர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஒன்லி வி கேன் ஏபிள் டு சே வெதர் திஸ் ஜாப் சூட்ஸ் டு மீ ஆர் நாட். ஸோ எனக்கு இந்த ப்ரொஃபஷன் பிடிக்குதா இல்லையான்றது ஆஃப்டர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சிங் ஒன்லி வி கேன் ஏபிள் டு ஜட்ஜ். பிஃபோர் தட் சிம்பிளி knowing some ideas, we can have an basic knowledge whether it going to be suitable or not. After experience the thing only we can able to find it out. So in the things la first thing we should clearly have an idea about the future, clear vision about the future. So obviously many people won't be planning so future enna panna porom அப்படின்றது பிளான் பண்ண மாட்டோம். So the future is nothing but just நம்ம ஒரு after 10 years அப்புறம்ன்றது கிடையாது. So the next day is also been a future. So இன்னைக்கு என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம், next day என்ன பண்ண போறோம், what are all the things we are just doing, improve பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோமா. So if you are improving a day to day, obviously we are developing. That's the thing. So the second thing, so எந்த இடத்துல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றன்றது நிறைய பேருக்கு டவுட்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஸோ ஆஃப்டர் கம்ப்ளீட்டிங் காலேஜ் எங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றது அப்படின்ற trouble everyone will be facing. Where do I need to start? So either first many industries are there. First namakku we have a construction industry, we have a design industry, and we have a estimation industry and a management industry. Many industries irukku, but edula poradhu, so edula vacancies irukku, so whether suitable ah irukuma illaya, salary package, many questions will arise in our mind. So just simply just close all the questions. Where do I enga start பண்றது? Apart from all these things, we have our own commitments. So family stress, goals, diversions, everything will be distracting our aim. So நம்ம future நோக்கி plan பண்ணும்போது this everything will be collaboratively distracting our path. So just simply start a day. So just simply start. Ignore everything. Simply make a start. So if you make a start, obviously you will be developing and you can able to reach towards the end. So main thing, so whenever we are just going on to an industry, so nowadays everything has been turning on to a digitalized manner. So digitalized manner means nothing but so everything's have been changing to artificial intelligence. So adala like human kind has its own role to play within. So மற்ற இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ் கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம டிசைன் இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ்ல தான் வேக்கன்சிஸ் அண்ட் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அண்ட் ஃபியூச்சர்லையும் ஹேஸ் பீன் எலாபரேட்டிங் அண்ட் எக்ஸ்டெண்டிங். ஸோ இதில் ஹவு வி கேன் ஏபிள் டு என்டர் இன் டு தட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ், ஸோ அதை பற்றி இப்போ பார்ப்போம். ஸோ பிஃபோர் கோயிங் டு இட் வில் ஹாவ் அ ஸ்மால் கிளாரிட்டி அபவுட் த திங்ஸ். So what is that clarity is? Obviously these are going to be a common questions for all of us. So why should I learn the softwares? So இந்த softwares எதுக்கு learn பண்ணணும்? A basic thing. So nowadays everything's are going to be an artificial intelligence. So moving towards artificial intelligence. So robotics and sensors. So, but still creativity has its own role. Creativity inறது our humankind நம்மளால மட்டும்தான் அதை எடுத்துட்டு வர முடியும். So, we people can only able to make a creativity. So, இதுதான் நம்ம designsல implement பண்றோம். So, that's why designs has its own role to play within. So, next one, why should I prefer learning a multiple softwares? So, as we are explaining a softwares என்றதுல many industries are there. So for an example, we will take up a 2D industry, 3D industry, structural industry. Three industries la many softwares have been there. Like a 3D means we will be using a Revit, 3ds Max, SketchUp. Every independent softwares are used in independent industry, as same as the structural also. So அப்படி இருக்கப்போ we are going to work out in a single industry. அப்படி இருக்கும்போது single software is enough to get placed into our industry and it's been enough to get survive in our future days. But நம்ம எதுக்கு multiple softwares learn பண்றோம்? The answer is being simple. So just take up a practical example. So if I know only one software, my competitor will also know the single software. So if there are 100 industries or there in that software, AutoCAD ன்றதுல 100 industries இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, so the AutoCAD software learn பண்ண peoples ன்னு பார்க்கும்போது nearly 1 lakh plus peoples will be there. And if there is only 10 vacancies in the companies means, so the 10 vacancies fill பண்றதுக்கு competitors outside 1000 peoples இருப்பாங்க. So it will be hard to get placed if I know a single software. So this is one reason. So if I know a multiple software, probability ratio will be higher of getting placed. Probability ratio will be higher. So the next one, after knowing the multiple software, that means for a structural part la Start Pro, ETABS tech la multiple softwares irukku. So Start Pro la irukka same concept only the ETABS is going to be. The results are going to be the same. The works and the tools are going to be only a different. Final results we are going to achieve the same. So அப்படி இருக்கப்போ why we are learning is every software won't be suitable to every person. So some people will be convenient and they can easily able to work out in a one software. Other people will be have the different opinion. So after learning a software, knowing the tips and tactics only, we can able to decide what software suits to us. Main thing. So the next one only will be the competitors and the opportunities. So நமக்கு எது பிடிக்கும்ன்றது experience பண்ணி பார்த்தா மட்டும்தான் we can able to find it out. So this is why we are learning a multiple softwares. First thing, to find out which software suits to us, and the second one, opportunities and industries of getting placed. So the third thing, this is going to be a common one. Can I able to learn the softwares? So obviously இது எல்லாமே it's going to be a industrial oriented software. So எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரு bigger question mark இருக்கும். So whether it will be easier for me to learn all these softwares. So இந்த conceptsலாம் நமக்கு புரியுமா புரியாதா complicated இருக்குமா, many questions will be there. So obviously it's been very easier to learn these softwares and all. So everything's learning a software, it's going to be purely a practical one. Whatever you're going to work it out, it's going to be purely a practical one. So obviously it will be easier to learn. So just for basic interest, okay, let me give it a try. Or try பண்ணி பார்ப்போமே. So அப்படின்ற ஒரு basic mindset இருந்தா போதும், easily a common people can also learn the software. So the answer is yes, we can able to learn it. So the next one, benefits and output. So இதுல நமக்கு என்ன benefits இருக்க போகுது, என்ன outcome கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னா, here it plays a major role. So that is survival. So these softwares are going to be your future days. So இதுல தான் you're going to spend your other multiple years of survival. So obviously two kinds of survival will be there. So one is you can also able to get an active income out of it. Other one you can able to get a passive income out of it. So passive income is nothing but if I know a or 2D software, 3D software, and a structural software and a rendering software as a combo. So nowadays, what the industries have been going through is, so in this pandemic, so many industries can't able to afford people to work out in the projects. So obviously, the project workflow will be very low. So pandemic lockdownன்றனால project inflow lower இருக்கும். So project inflow lower இருக்கனால they can't able to afford the people to give the salaries. What they are doing is, so they will be temporarily laying off the peoples. Whatever the project works are pending, they will post the works in some freelancing websites. So in the freelancing websites யார் access பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா, even every common people whomever know the software tools and a basic design knowledge can able to access the freelancing websites. If they are doing the designs, they can get some amount of money depending upon their work. On the specific duration, they will get paid. So this is a passive income. This is also one option, or we can able to get it in a design part. And the one is an active income. Active income is nothing but when we are get placed to an industry, if you are collaboratively working out for an industry, that is an active income. So both the benefits are there. So now you people will get a clear idea of why we need to learn it, how we can learn it, whether it is been convenient or not, why we are learning multiple softwares. So now we will move on to whatever the softwares are being used in our industry. So mostly in our design industry, it has been classified into 4 categories. So first one, 2D part, 3D part, structural part, and then rendering part. So finally presentation part. So totally 4 category, and the one is a presentation part. So what are all the softwares available in this category are? So in the 2D part, every people will know this software. AutoCAD is one of the 2D drafting software. So AutoCAD is the first software invented for the designs. So after that, many softwares have been invented, but still industries most common use பண்ண software பார்த்தோம்னா AutoCAD தான். 95% of the industries, whatever it may be, either it's a 2D, 3D, or else a structural. So AutoCAD is a common software that people will be using in every industries. ஏன் AutoCAD காமனாக யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படின்னா, AutoCAD is the only software we can able to provide a large amount of detailing-ன்றது AutoCADல தான் மேஜராக ப்ரொவைட் பண்ண முடியும். So the next one, Revit. So Revitன்றது என்ன அப்படின்னா, it comes under a process of a BIM. So BIM is nothing but building information modeling. So let me explain you with a basic example. So in the BIM concept, it's going to be your interview questions. So whenever you're getting placed in an industry, BIM-ன்றதுல question பண்றாங்கன்னா, this will be your interview questions asked like this. So normally what is a BIM அப்படின்னா, previous years and all, so ஒரு design complete பண்ணோம்னா multiple works will be involved. So that is ஒரு architecture work இருக்கும், after that structural work இருக்கும், after that a mechanical work, followed by electrical as well as a plumbing. All these works will be there to complete a design. So if you are using an independent software to satisfy all these designs அப்படின்னா என்னென்ன complications இருக்கும்? First thing, if an industry is using independent software to satisfy the designs, the independent industry has to pay the license for every software. For a single software, per year licensing will cost 1 lakh minimum. For multiple softwares, it will be a multiple package. Second thing, industries has to hire a person monthly. They have to give some kind of an amount. The third thing, there will be no collaboration in working. So if an architectural draftman is transferring the file to structural engineer, means there will be no collaboration in the works. What does that mean is, so if an architectural draftman has been transferred his work to an structural engineer, so we people will be doing our works. So if there is no option to establish that this design, means what we will be doing is we will be deleting that part and we'll be implementing whatever it has been possible in structural way. So whatever we are changing, the architectural person doesn't know. So where it will get reflected is during the construction site, it will get reflected. So on the time, it will be a major expensive mistake, which is not irreversible. It's an expensive one. To overcome all these issues, a technology has been invented. So it's called as a BIM. It is a BIM. So in this BIM, we can able to collaborate and work all kinds of departments. Be simple. That's the thing. So in this BIM process, we can able to work in a 2D part. We can able to work in a architectural design, structural design, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So if you're collaboratively working in all these platforms means what all the advantages we can get is, first thing, licensing issue will be solved. Second thing, we don't need to hire an independent persons to work on with the independent industry. So commonly we can hire a person. So the third thing is, whomever working in this process, they will be collaboratively able to work it out. Errors will be resolved, errors will be reduced, and there will be a collaborative part will be there. So depending upon all these advantages, so BIM has been started using 70% of the world countries. So it's been a huge part and a huge percentage. If we consider a single country, there will be a thousands of industries will be there. And if you consider a thousand industry, many vacancies will be there. So if you have a 70 countries means, so it's a very huge part. So under this BIM process, many softwares have been invented. So on this part, Revit is one of the software invented by the process of a BIM. Many softwares are there. Revit comes under a process of a BIM. AutoCAD is also a software, BIM categorized software. So in this Revit, it has been used to 70% of the world countries. So what is the advantage of this one is, so if I know a Revit, so basically நமக்கு Revit தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு அப்படின்னா, if I get an experience of 1 year experience எடுத்திருக்கேன்னா, easily I can able to get based or else get over to a abroad opportunities ன்றது open platform இருக்கும். Because 70 plus countries in a country 1000 industries நம்ம calculate பண்ணாலே vacancies ன்றது per country 10 vacancies in கூட it has been expanding. Opportunities will be very huge. So we will have a major exposure in and opportunity in a Revit industry. So the next one is a 3ds Max. 3ds Max is going to be one of a 3D modeling software. As Siemens Revit is also the same. So நம்ம Revitல இருக்க same advantages 3ds Max இருக்குமா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா a little bit different. So we can't say this software is a best and this software is a worst. Advantage and disadvantage சொல்ல முடியாது, because every software is going to concentrate in that independent industry. So in 3ds Max, Indiaல most of the industries commonly used professionalized software பார்த்தோம்னா 3ds Max is one of the software. And in foreign countries also, they are just using 3ds Max as a professionalized software. So when coming up to an opportunities, 3ds Max plays a main role. So next one is a SketchUp. SketchUp is a easy modeling software. So normally industries SketchUp and independent use பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. But either what appropriately ஒரு SketchUpன்றது perfect எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னா, let us take an example. I am approaching a client. So client is having some requirements. So அவருக்கு ஒரு requirements இருக்கு. So the requirements are whatever his requirements, whatever his ideas are, I can able to, as a structural engineer and an architectural designer, I will have an ideology. Okay, whatever he is expressing, he is expecting these kinds of designs. I will have some thinking in my mind. I will have some idea, but I can't able to prove this is the same result he is been expecting. So how we can able to prove that is by using a SketchUp software. So if I'm visiting a client, whatever his requirements is, I will immediately build up that design in the software on that same platform. So after his satisfaction, I will come up to the office and I will work out the same requirements in the professionalized 3D modeling software as well as a structural software. So this is why SketchUp is being used to make up a speedy model. So it will be used in both the 2D industry and a 3D industry. It's one of a common platform. So the advantages have been very huge. Next one is a rhinoceros. So this rhinoceros is one of the 3D modeling software. It's also a competitor of the Revit and 3ds Max. So the Rhinoceros, I will combine this Rhinoceros with a Tekla software. So Tekla has been a structural software. So இதில் என்ன advantages இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, so many foreign countries abroad they are just using a standardized software of for the designs they will be using Rhinoceros. For a structural part they will be using Tekla as a standardized software. So what we can get advantaged is, so these softwares Rhinoceros and Tekla training centers has been very less. The knowledgeable persons and training centers has been very less. As a result, so in India and in our country many industries have been using Rhinoceros and Tekla softwares. So obviously foreign countries they'll be concentrating on Rhinoceros and Tekla. So in our country industries they will be taking the project as a outsourcing. They will be outsourcing the projects. Outsourcing is nothing but if you are taking a project from a foreign countries, that's a name outsourcing. So if they are taking outsourcing, obviously they need a person to work it out. So as the training centers has been very less, so the demand is been increasing. So the opportunities has been huge and the demands for satisfying that opportunities has been increasing. And then as a result of a outsourcing projects, salary package huge we can able to get. So this is the importance of the Rhinoceros and Tekla. So the next one is a Photoshop software. So Photoshop software is one of a software we can able to work out in a 2D part and a 3D part. So it's nothing but ஒரு 2D or plan presentation plan பண்ணிருக்கோம்னா we won't be submitting directly the direct plan to the client. A raw plan we won't be submitting it out. எப்படி submit பண்ணுவோம்னா we will be providing a detailed presentation. That's nothing but ஒரு plan இருக்கு அப்படின்னா so we will provide the detailings ஒரு furniture placements ஒரு textures apply பண்றது so and then the colors styles whatever it is we will just finish it out the plan presentation and then only we will be submitting it to the client. So if we are doing like a detailed one, a client easily able to understand. So and then a 3D part also. So after the final result whatever we need to make an edit we can only able to make it in a Photoshop software. So finally Lumion. So this Lumion I will just explain you at the end of the software so that it will be an interesting part. So the next one, StatPro and ETABS. So StatPro and ETABS is one of the structural software used in our industry. So StatPro so to purpose of a StatPro எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா either whether the building is being safe to build or not. To be simple, whether the building is to be safe to build or not. So other number loads and other things நம்ம softwares implement பண்ணி result எடுத்து we will get a report like whether this load is being suitable for this column and beam or not. So இதெல்லாமே ஒரு perfect before constructionக்கு முன்னாடியே நம்ம ஒரு report எடுத்துருவோம். So this is the use of a structural StatPro and ETABS. Okay. So as similar I have just previously explained. So நமக்கு multiple survival path இருக்கு. One is an active one, another one is a passive one. So in this passive one, there is a website called freelancer.in. So in the website so if you know a software means many people will be posting the job requirements in this website. So either he may be a client or else they may be an corporate also. Whatever they need they will just simply post the requirements. So changes ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா இருக்கும். ஒரு பிளான்ல ஒரு டோர் ரொட்டேட் பண்ணியிருந்தா போதும். So depending upon the changes and the needs we will get paid if we are doing this job. So this is one of the advantage. So the next one, pay scale. So after finishing our college, when we are stepping up to a job, so any kind, we don't know about how the pay scale is going to be. So common or MNC company, small scale, mid scale. So ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ்லயுமே ஒரு ஆவரேஜ் pay scale எவ்வளவு கொடுப்பாங்க அப்படின்றது நமக்கு தெரியாது. Pay scale has been a important part. Why it has been important is, so if you are getting up to a company with a lower pay scale means, So it will affect us for our future experienced platform. So that's why we have to get a knowledge of a basic scenarios. So there is a website called PayScale India. So idhila whatever the job we are just searching, AutoCAD, Revit 2D or 3D. So whatever I need to go, so அதில் நம்ம எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆயிருக்குமா இல்லாட்டி நியூவா போக போறோமா, it will ask us for the basic details. So finally it will give us a report like, so these are all the, there are, in for an example in Chennai 1000 industries or that means in this 1000 industries what is the average pay scale they are just providing for this kind of a designation. We can get a perfect report. So where it will be used is at a final round, we will get a question like what is the pay scale you're expecting, so we can able to use this proper answer in the industry. So this is the purpose of this pay scale report. So the you can get it over payscaleindia.in from this website. Okay, so this is an example for a Revit exterior and an interior output. So this is an example for a 3ds Max exterior and a interior output. So the next one, so this is an example for the Photoshop output. So instead of submitting a raw plan to a client, if you're providing a detailed plan like this, satisfaction, a client will be satisfied and he won't be having any queries with the plan. So that is why Photoshop is being used. Okay, so now we will just have a quick practical session on an Revit software. So I have just explained you Revit is one of the BIM software. So we will have a quick practical session, that is a quick we will develop an interior. So this end of this thing you can able to find it out how the software is going to be, whether a software has been uh, hard, convenient to you people or not. So just a couple of minutes, so I will just share my screen.
So students, 1 minute back. So where device la வந்து ராம்குமார் join பண்றாரு. So wait a minute.
So my screen share is visible, guys.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now I'm just opening a Revit software. So இப்போ என்ன பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னா, so we will develop a quick interior. So it's going to be a quick interior. So I'm not going to explain all the concepts, but instead I'm going to explain what are all the things we are going to do, so that you people can get an idea of this, whether this software has been convenient to work it or not. So அந்த ஒரு basic idea உங்களுக்கு ஈஸியா கிடைச்சிரும். Okay, so now I will just I have just opened the software. So after opening the software, we have two kinds of browsers. So one is a properties and a project. Second one is a project browser. So after opening the software, commonly every software நம்ம open பண்ணோனே first step unit setup தான். So I'm just setting up a units to mm. Whatever we are comfortable for, mm or feet or inches, we can choose it. So you don't need to take up the notes while I'm just explaining. Just simply grasp what we are going to do so that you can easily able to judge how the software is going to be. So easier, tougher, comfortable இருக்குமா இல்லையான்றதை judge பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay. So I'm just choosing a basic wall. So ஒரு வால்னும் போது அதுக்கு ஒரு basic settings இருக்கும், like a thickness of the wall, the material of the wall, and the height of the wall. So all these things I can able to change the settings under a properties browser. So properties la I can able to have a base and top constraint. So this is a height of the wall, level 1 to level 2. I'm just changing the height and I'm going to edit type and structure edit. So here I can able to have the thickness of the walls and all. So I'm just changing the thickness. As same as if I need to change the material of the wall, I can able to change it under here, material by category. So I'm just choosing a create a new material and applying a material to a wall. So I'm just applying a white material. That's it. So next what we are going to do is we are just going to draft the wall. So I'm just choosing a rectangular pattern. So draw tools will be available in the top portion. I'm taking a rectangle and just drawing the wall. So the next thing is we are going to create a floor for it. So under the architecture, I will have a floor tool. So just simply floor tool choose பண்ணிட்டு necessary settings apply பண்ணிக்கிறேன். So whatever we have just applied it for the wall, the same settings will also be, steps will be followed for the floor also. So floor la I'm just preferring a wooden floor. So I've just chosen a wooden material and I'm just choosing the shape of the floor and drawing it. That's it. So இப்போ நம்ம floor apply பண்றோம். So the next step is, so I'm just placing the components. Whatever the rooms are, we will have an idea where the components is going to come. So according to the vastu படி நம்ம components place பண்றோமோ, whatever the rooms, first before making a design we will develop the components. So I have already developed the components, so I am loading it from it. So I can able to load the components from under the components, place a component, a load family. So I'm just choosing the component, automatically it will get loaded. So I'm just placing it in the position. Okay. So next, again, I'm just doing the same process. And I'm loading a wardrobe. So I'm just reducing the size of the room so that it won't look awkward. So just arrow mark keys use பண்ணி size of the rooms reduce பண்ணிக்கிறேன். So if I am moving one side, automatically the either side will get adjusted. Okay. So next what we are going to do is, so I'm just going to create a base. That ceiling plan open பண்ணிக்கிறேன். Just
ராம் வாய்ஸ் ஆடிபிளா இல்ல ராம்
இப்போ கேக்குதா சார்?
ஓகே ஓகே ஆடிபிள்.
Okay. So first step, we will be drawing a wall. So after drawing a wall, so we will be drawing a floor. So I'm just changing this thing to a realistic so that we can able to see the materials what we have done. First we'll be drawing the walls. Second one we will be drawing the floor. Third step we will be drawing we will be placing the components. Whatever the rooms are, we will have an idea whatever the components is going to occupy. For an example, or hall abdina, basically a couch and overall things will be occupied, table, couch, and if a hall has been combined with the dining, overall components will be occupied. We will have an idea before drafting the rooms, before designing the rooms, we will develop the components so that we can easily able to place it. So I have already developed, so now I'm just simply placing it. So fourth one, I'm just creating a ceiling. So for a ceiling plan pointer. So again ceiling, and then so I'm just changing the height of a ceiling to 3000 mm and placing it. That's it. So now the ceiling will be placed. So finally I'm just placing a lightning inside the rooms. How can I able to place the lightnings is, so I'm just opening a ceiling plan, component, place a component. So I'm just loading the lighting. So components will be available as a template. So systemly after installing the software, every components will be available. We can use it depending upon our designs. So I'm just randomly positioning the lightings. Okay. So now we will just get a view. So இங்க இருந்து பார்த்தா எப்படி இருக்குன்ற view நம்ம create பண்ணிக்கலாம். How can I able to create that view is, So I'm just choosing a camera. I'm just clicking and holding from this corner place, and I'm enlarging this view. That's it. So that a view will be open. This is a part we are going to render and see the result. For the ventilation purpose, so I'm just placing a windows. Okay, so I'm just going to the camera view. So this is a part we are going to render it and see the result. Slightly, I'm just enlarging this part. So I'm just changing this to realistic so that we can able to see the materials. So now I'm just rendering the output so that we can able to get a result, output result. So before rendering, so I'll just explain the basic things. We have just simply carried out multiple steps. So first wall drop on it, second step floor drop on it. After that, we have just planned and placed the components according to our designs. Finally, we have just created a ceiling and a lightning place பண்ணிட்டு now we are going to render. So I'm just choosing the quality as a medium, and under the lighting let us choose a interior artificial only so that நமக்கு night effects perfect இருக்கும். So I'm just choosing a render. So depending upon the detailings, rendering will take a couple of minutes to come over. So let us wait for a minute so that the rendering will get finished. Okay. So it has been finally rendered. I'm just exporting the output to desktop so that we can easily able to see it as an image. So this is the final output at the end of the software. So now you have just seen whatever the steps I have done. So I have just bring this output within a minute. So within a 10 to 15 minutes, I have just bought this output. This is what the industry also needs. So designing means this is how the works will be. So now you can able to find out whether the software is going to be convenient or not. So now you will have a guess. Okay, so these are all the things we are going to dedicatively work it out. So we will have an idea how the software is going to be. So I will just show you some of the outputs of the students. So these are all the some of the outputs made by the students in a Revit software. So we can able to do or design any kinds of designs like a residential design, commercial design, depending upon our necessity, we can able to design any works in the Revit software. So the next one is a Lumion. So I have just told you, I will just explain you what is a Lumion software. So what is a Lumion software is after finishing our designs, so we will be importing our design into Lumion software. Lumion is nothing but ஒரு DSLR கேமரால ஒரு பிக் எடுக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னா whatever the quality we have, we can able to get the same amount of image and video animation quality in the software. So நம்மளோட own building designer ஒரு creative design ஒரு realistic we can able to get over to it in a software called Lumion. So that the Lumion output. So it will looks like it has been captured, but if you detail look பார்க்கும்போது you can able to find it out. It has been developed in a software. So this is how the software training will be. So normally the every training எப்படி போகும் அப்படின்னா, so online training அப்படின்னா first the softwares will be installed in your laptop or desktop. So whatever your laptops you have, we will guide to install how to install the softwares, and license will be provided. So after installing the softwares பண்ணி training will be started. So how the training will be is, first you will be having a practical class. You'll be taking up a notes. So whenever you have a doubts, you will share your screen independently. You can clarify it at any time. So this is what a training will go. So I will just share you the feedback link. So just you people kindly fill the feedback form. So the certificates will be issued to your mail accordingly. So mention your names and mail IDs properly. So whatever you have doubts and queries, you can mention it in the feedback. So the normally, so basically, so this is how the things are going to be. So mainly, if you're been, why we need to learn the software from the previous stages. So நம்ம காலேஜ்ல செகண்ட் இயர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல இருந்தே சாஃப்ட்வேர்ல நீங்க பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா, let us consider an example. Let us consider my scenario. So final year அப்புறம் நம்ம சாஃப்ட்வேர் லேர்ன் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, once நம்ம final year finish பண்ணிட்டு software learn பண்ணி experience பண்றதுக்கு it will take around 4 to 5 months. On that 4 to 5 months நம்ம college finish பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா, we will have a numerous number of stress from a family side. We won't have some kind of a deviating மைண்ட் தாட்ஸ். ஸோ இதெல்லாமே எப்படி ஓவர் கம் பண்ணான்னா, ஒன் செகண்ட் இயர்ல லேர்ன் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் இட் ஆன் மை ஓன் பேஸ். ஸோ நான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச பர்சன்ஸ்க்கு ஒரு டிசைன்ஸ் பண்ணி கொடுக்குறேன், ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் டிசைன்ஸ் பண்றேன்னா, ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு கெட் ஒரு இண்டிபெண்டன்சி கிடைக்கும். ஸோ அந்த லேர்னிங் பீரியட்லயே ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு கெட் சம் இண்டிபெண்டன்சி அண்ட் ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு கெட் மோட்டிவேட்டட். ஸோ ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு earn out of it. So earning is apart, knowledge other people's we can able to make it as a wise option. So நம்ம பண்ணி கொடுக்கலாம். And after நம்ம செகண்ட் இயர் லேர்ன் பண்ணலாம் என்ன அட்வான்டேஜ்னா, ஸோ மேக்கிங் அ ஸ்மால் டிசைன்ஸ். ஸோ நம்மளோட காலேஜ்ல மெயின் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் டிசைன் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ்ல இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ணி வி கேன் ஏபிள் டு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் அவுட் ஆஃப் இட். ஸோ எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் கிடைச்சிருச்சுன்னா ஃபைனல் இயர் அப்போ நம்ம பேசிக் இன்டர்வியூ அட்டன் பண்ணாலே போதும். அந்த ஃபைனல் இயர்ல நம்ம 4 months லேர்ன் பண்றத செகண்ட் இயர்ல லேர்ன் பண்ணியிருந்தோம்னா, இந்த 4 monthsல ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு அப்ரோச் மெனி இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ். ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு கெட் அ நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இன் மை ஹேண்ட். எனக்கு எந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி சூட்டபிளா இருக்குன்றதை நான் சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு போகலாம். ஃபைனல் இயர்ல நான் ஹரிபரியில லேர்ன் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, நான் கிடைக்கிற ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் மட்டும் தான் போக முடியும். இயர்லி லேர்னிங் ஐ வில் டேக் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ், ஐ வில் சூஸ் மை ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. ஸோ இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில இருந்து நமக்கு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இல்லாம நமக்கு எந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி சூட்டபிளா இருக்கோ, சரௌண்டிங்ஸ், pay scale, depending upon everything, we can choose our own convenient thing. So it's a major advantage. So this is what a wise option is being. So nowadays எல்லாருமே லேர்னிங்ன்றத இயர்லி பீரியட்ஸ்லேயே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. ஸோ ஐ ஹவ் மேட் அ மிஸ்டேக். நான் ஒன்றும் ஃபைனல் இயர்ல பண்ணது தான் என்னோட மிஸ்டேக். ஸோ ஐ ஹவ் ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்ட்ரகிள்ட் அ லாட். ஆஃப்டர் லேர்னிங் அ ஃபைனல் இயர் ஐ ஹவ் ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு பெர்ஃபெக்ட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, எனக்கு பிடிச்ச இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்குள்ள எனக்கு போறதுக்கே இட் ஹேப்பன்ட் 1 year டு கெட் ஓவர் இட். ஸோ எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் அன் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். பட் அந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை வைஸா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோமான்றது தான் கொஸ்டின். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் யூ பீப்புள் ஜஸ்ட் டேக் ஓவர் டு இட். ஸோ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. ஜஸ்ட் சிம்பிளி டோன்ட் கெட் ஒரு லேசினஸ் தான். ஸோ நம்ம ஃபைனலாக கடைசியாக லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்கலான்ற ஒரு லேசினஸ் தான். கெட் அவுட் ஆஃப் யுவர் கவுச் அண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் டூயிங் சம்திங். ஸோ எல்லாமே பண்ணணும்ல, கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக பண்ண ஆரம்பிங்க. ஸோ ஃபைனலி சேஞ்ச் இஸ் பீன் ஹார்ட் அட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட். ஸோ ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் சேஞ்சுன்றது ரொம்ப ஹார்ட், ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்கும். மெனி டிவியேஷன்ஸ் வில் பி தர் அண்ட் இட் வில் பி மெஸி அட் த மிடில். ஃபைனலி இட் வில் பி கார்ஜியஸ். நம்ம கடைசியாக ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ் பார்க்கும்போது ஓகே, ஸோ ஒரு பெர்ஃபெக்ட் பொசிஷனில் இருக்கும்ன்றது we can able to get a feel. Okay, so now I will just post my number. If you have any queries or else anything, you can get me over in this. So now if you have any queries regarding anything, you can unmute and ask. So by the meantime, take your time to fill the feedback form. So the training will be started over soon in a week or else sometime. So make sure that every independent person get enrolled with the training. So this is not an opportunity, this is a platform. So what is the difference between you people and other people's means? So எல்லாருமே think பண்ற common concept final year learn பண்ணிக்கலாம்ன்றது தான். So if you are using it in the previously second year, third years, fourth years, so startingல learn பண்ணிக்கிறீங்க அப்படின்னா இட்ஸ் அ பெட்டர் ஆப்ஷன். ஸோ நமக்கு காம்படிட்டர்ஸ் கம்மியாவாங்க. ஆஸ் த சேம் டைம் நமக்கு சாஃப்ட்வேர் தெரிஞ்சிருந்ததுனாலும் we can able to develop our speed in building up a designs. So டிசைன் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் காம்படிட்டர்ஸ் வில் பி ஆப்வியஸ்லி வெரி மோர். அதை எப்படி சூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க 10 வேகன்சிஸ் அப்படின்னா, ஒரு சேம் டிசைன் ஒரு 4x4 ரூம் அ ப்ரெசன்டேஷன், இதை எவ்வளோ டைம்குள்ள நான் ஃபினிஷ் பண்ணுறேன்றது தான் இட்ஸ் அ டாக்டிக்ஸ். ஸோ அதை நியூவாக லேர்ன் பண்ண பர்சன் கான்ட் ஏபிள் டு பீட் த டைம் கன்செப்ஷன். ஸோ எனக்கு ஆல்ரெடி லேர்ன் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், நான் மல்டிபிள் ஒர்க்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன்னா ஐ கேன் ஏபிள் டு ஒர்க் அவுட் வித் அ ஸ்பீடி ஒர்க் ஃப்ளோ. எனக்கு அந்த ஸ்பீடி ஒர்க் ஃப்ளோ கிடைச்சிரும். வித்தின் ஒரு half an hour டிசைனை 20 minutes ஃபினிஷ் பண்ணிடுவேன். தட்ஸ் த டிஃபரன்ஸ். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் வாட் இட் வில் ஹெல்ப் அஸ் இன் அ மேஜர் ரோல். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் திங்க் அபவுட் இட், மேக் யோர் செல்ஃப் கெட் enrolled in your training platform. So if you have any queries, you can unmute and clarify it.
Students, if anyone have any queries, please raise your hands or you can post your queries in the chat box.
And mainly
Students,
in your
any
college
queries?
days.
Queries in the raise your hands bar. Now queries hai, you can post it also in the chat box.
So just take your time to fill your feedback form, guys. So certificates will be issued depending upon your mail IDs only. Ensure your names and mail IDs. So in your college days itself, just try to invest yourself in a self-development and communication skills. So communication skills plays the main role. So communication skills is nothing but we don't need to be perfect in our language. So it's not industry has been expecting. Whatever we are just making a language for communication, whatever I'm just speaking is being convenient to the other people who has been listening. That's the term communication. So apart from that, a verbal and a pronunciation and proficiency, so it comes with the experiences. So don't worry about the perfection, just try to start over to it. So just ஒரு லாங்குவேஜ்ன்றத யூஸ் பண்ண ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. வாட் whenever you have an opportunity, don't lose it. Use it whenever you have an opportunity so that it will come to your handy while you are working out to an part. So another part is a self-development. So self-development is the most important part. How your attitude is when you're being stepping up to an industry, the person who is being opposite to you, he will judge you within a minute. So afterwards only they will go for the second term. So self-development is the most important. Self-development is a combination of factors depending upon our attitude, our how we are behavior. So the overall things will be collaboratively will be that. So just try to develop your self-development in this stages. So it will be helpful in all other parts. So நமக்கு இண்டஸ்ட்ரின்னு மட்டும் இல்லாம நம்மளோட லைஃப்ல it will be a major role will be traveling through.
Adira?
Sir?
Okay, continue.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful session, and I'm pretty sure that each one of us would have learned something new, which was very much informative and interesting. Now I call upon Ms. Arokya Telina, final year, Department of Civil Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is the sweetest thing in human's life, and I think it's my greatest honor in delivering gratitude in the form of vote of thanks. I would like to thank our CEO, Sri Sai Prakash Leomuthu, Principal Dr. A. Rajendra Prasad, and our beloved HOD Dr. Bhagavati Perumal, Coordinator Mr. Devakandan, and other faculty members for arranging this kind of webinars for enlightening us in a benefited way. And I would like to thank our speakers, Mr. Ram Kumar and Mr. Natarajan, for spending their precious time with us. We have been fortunate for hearing your thoughts and valuable information regarding the software. Your words will surely guide us in a clear path in our future endeavors. Once again, thank you both. And I would like to thank our fellow students for attending this webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you, Telina. Participants, kindly fill the Google form posted in the chat box.
So students, fill up both the forms. One is for your attendance, one is for your certificate. So fill up both the forms. If you completed, you can leave and you can attend the next class on 1:40, I think. Okay. So Ramkumar and Ramkumar.
Yes, sir.
Ramkumar, thank you, Ramkumar. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
We will say speak in separate manner. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Natarajan.
So thank you, guys. So I'm just leaving the session. So ensure that you're making a proper move. Ensure that whatever you're just going to do, just simply make a start. So other things will happen simultaneously. Just don't overthink too much. So just simply start. Other things, scenarios are going to be, it's going to be changed. So either if it is change or not, you will get an experience, or else you will get a wild experience. Whether it's been a wise or wild, obviously experience or a perfection you will get at an end. So don't forget to make a start. So thank you, guys. We will meet soon in a training platform. I hope this session has been interesting as a knowledgeable session. So thank you, guys. It's a nice time to communicate with your people. Thank you, guys, and thank you, sir, and thanks actually, sir, for making this webinar possible.
Thank you, Ram. So students, those are completed the forms, you can leave the meeting. And thank you, Adira and Arogya. Thank you, Ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Students, everyone fill both the forms. One is for attendance, another for certificate. Those who have filled can leave the room now. Students, hope everyone has filled the form. We are going to close the session. Okay, thank you all. Thank you very much.